Welcome to Appalled, where I give my opinion on anything housewives related, pop culture, music, whatever I feel like talking about. And today, we are going to be talking about the Real Housewives of Potomac Part 2 reunion. Now, let's get into this reunion. Robyn and Gizelle, they will be the downfall of this friendship group because they don't want to be friends with anybody at all. They have their allegiances to themselves, and then they have the people who follow under them, Ashley and Wendy. But besides that, they don't want no friends. They don't want to create no friends. The dynamic that they are creating with this show is either you're in with us or you're against us. And that's not what I or a lot of other viewers signed up for. We watch this show for entertainment. We watch this show to see a friendship group and the ups and downs. But when it comes to these two women who don't want to be held accountable for any of their actions, they're going to be the downfall of this. Mark my words. One of them has to go after the season. One of them has to go. Because all they're going to do is repeat the same pattern. Next year, they're going to target G. Because, as we've seen, even when Gizelle and Robyn are aligned with other people, they will still turn on them. We've seen it with Charisse. We've seen it with Ashley. And now we're about to see it with G next season. Because Mia thinks that they're her friends when they've clearly shown her that they aren't. Gizelle done basically called you an embezzler, and you didn't even wink. The situation with Chris and Gizelle is gross because once again, you're not telling anyone what happened. And to Wendy's point, it's really sad that these men can't even be cordial to the women in this group because they'll be labeled something that they're not. Which, if you dig down deep, it's like, y'all are the kind of women that thinks that when a man is around you, that he wants you. Like, I'm pretty sure that y'all think that men and women can't be friends unless they're gay. That's what is given. Because, darn, y'all have been around Candace for all these years, and y'all have been cool with Chris for all these years because of her. Y'all know how he is, and now y'all want to just make him out to be a predator just for the sake of a storyline. What? You've been in this man's home. Like, y'all have been very personable with him. And yet you're going to just, tarnish his reputation just because you need camera time? Let's make some sense here. This doesn't make sense. Okay, moving on to Robyn. Candace, Robyn's not your friend. She's not your friend at all. And this reunion showed it. Robyn is not your friend. She does not care about you. What she will do, and I'm pretty sure she's done this to Wendy too, she will befriend the new girl, be nice to her, because Gizelle and Robyn are a combo. They're the good cop, bad cop. Gizelle's the bad cop. Robyn is the good cop. Robyn gets in with these girls. She becomes cool with them. She has a very lovey vibe. She's all chill. But really what she's doing is getting information from you to give to Gizelle. And they both laugh about it. That's how their dynamic works. So, Wendy and Candace thinking, and this is really toward Candace, because you really go to bat for that girl is not your friend. And if this reunion, if her putting that speaker out in front of everyone didn't show you, this reunion should have showed you. Like you said, if we were girls, you could have came to me and been like, yo, what is this about? Robyn said, wow, we're on a TV show together. Let's do it on a TV show. Do you have that same feeling about Gizelle? When you find out things about Gizelle, do you approach her on camera with it? Come on, Robyn, you're taking too long to answer. No. You call Gizelle right when it happens, let her know what's going on, and y'all find a way to pivot. Candace, she is not your friend. Then they talked about colorism. I personally felt like this conversation surrounding colorism was just a slap in the face to the viewers, because y'all spent less than 2 minutes talking about this. This whole segment should have been its own episode. Like, if y'all were really going to have the conversation about this, it should have been its own 45-minute special done after the reunion to really have the conversation about it and really get somebody who understands the nuances and I can't even say the word right now, but someone who understands the culture to be able to speak on it. Because even the conversation that Candace led, I mean, it just wasn't facilitated in the right way. And I felt like had Karen not put her input on it, we wouldn't have heard from nobody else. Gizelle acts like she doesn't know what colorism is when her family is a part of the movement. So I will not sit here and allow Gizelle to really try to get away with, oh, I'm uneducated, I don't know, and like play dumb. Honey, you went to an HBCU. Your family was civil rights activists. So let's act like you don't know this. And you know, because Gizelle likes to play dumb. That's her thing. Gizelle likes to play dumb for the cameras. She likes to do things to cause a reaction and then play dumb when it's time for her to own up to her part in it. So she knows she's benefiting from privilege, light skin privilege. Honey, you have green eyes and light skin. You know it for sure. And if you don't know it, you will know it through your daughter's experiences, because they are all, a lot darker than what you are. And they will not have the same advantages that you have. So you will see it through their experiences in life. But it's just very unfortunate that this conversation just seemed like fluff. It seemed like, oh, we don't really believe it happens in this friendship group. I don't see it. Acting like it's a thing that you do. It's like, no. Colorism is just as a way of being and the way that people act. To their point, or not to anyone's point, but let Robyn been dark-skinned and displaying the behavior that she's displayed. She would have been called a bully. She would have been called aggressive. She would have been called out on social media every time she had an incident with anybody. And people will continue to go back to it. Robyn has had aggressive behavior over the seasons, and we can now string along the clips, but she's always been aggressive since season 1, since the first reunion. You can see her. Look how aggressive she was getting with Katie. She couldn't even keep her composure. Couldn't even keep it. And it's unfortunate that itself is colorism. This light-skinned girl can be aggressive, put her finger in other people's faces, all that, and everyone looks over it. But had that been someone like Wendy or Monique doing it, it would have been a different issue. Off jump, it would have been a different issue. And the sad part about all of this is that Gizelle and Robyn both know they benefit from light skin privilege. They both know it. And like most privileged people, they're not going to own up to it because they know it's a superpower. They know it's an advantage they have over people. So why would they sit here and talk about the very things that help project them in life? Come on. I felt bad for Candace that, like this, because Andy made it known that you were the one that really pushed for this conversation. It said that this has to be addressed. It's unfortunate that everyone isn't held to the same regard as everyone else. Colorism is Gizelle being able to escape bad edits. Season 5, we know she had a breakdown. We know some things happened to Gizelle that they did not play. Had there been anybody else or a darker skinned individual, it would have been a whole different story. And Carlos King brought up a great point. He said, at some point in the show, every dark-skinned member has been ostracized. Monique was ostracized. Wendy was ostracized. Candace has been ostracized. Mia, through the drink, she was basically glorified. Anytime Ashley does something, it's kind of glorified, and her feet's never held to the fire. So it is just unfortunate that there isn't a proper conversation around colorism. It's just kind of like seeing, the fans were talking about it, we paid attention to it, next. It's effed up. It's a slap in the face. Then I want to talk about, Candace and Wendy. No, not Candace and Wendy. Wendy and Mia. I could tell when Mia apologized, it was a fake apology. She didn't mean what she said. And this is also part of, colorism and that privilege. She thinks it's okay to do what she did. There's no remorse. There's no conscience. There's no nothing. And, even her rebuttal or her, the reason to why she threw the drink. You were saying something about something. I'm trying to talk about business. You talking about something else. Are you stupid, Mia? Are you stupid? Just stand on your shit. I threw the drink because I wanted to. I don't F with her. I threw the drink on her because I wanted to. She was eating me. She was crunching me. I threw the drink at her. Stop. I don't like... And this is what I think makes for a horrible reality show, right? When you have people who play that villain role who don't want to take accountability. You threw the drink. Take accountability for what you did. Own up to it. There's footage, honey. We can see what you said and see what she said, and it doesn't match up. Then Robyn's ass, who was aggressive as hell, want to sit here and say, I did not provoke the situation. I didn't do that. We have it on footage. I told her she should stop. No. Is that what you thought you did, Robyn? Is it really? Katie made a comment about Robyn, she always needs help trying to get it. And, she really does, but she really doesn't. These girls are not dumb at all. They know exactly what they're doing. They just don't want to answer up to it. They feel like they can do whatever they want and then play stupid, and then that's their way out of it. So they're never really held accountable. They can play I didn't know that card. And it's just unfortunate. What's even more unfortunate is the fact that they both, Gizelle and Robyn, admit, if I don't like you, I don't care what happens to you. I don't care what's done to you. It's just whatever. That is so ugly. That really speaks to your character as a person. You don't like somebody, so if something happens to them, oh, well, they deserved it. Oh, well, I don't care. I don't like you. That's such a childish frame of mind. How do you explain that to your children? How do you explain that mindset to your children? Oh, I don't like you, so I don't care what happens to you. I don't have no moral compass. I don't have no type of humility. It is what it is. Oh, well, I don't like you. You deserved it. Trash. Throw it out now. What wrong with her? It's... Honestly, it's sad, being a fan of this show. Because it's just, so much bullshit. It's too much. Honestly, Potomac is triggering. It's maybe, 30% entertaining, and then, 70% just triggering. And I feel like that's really what the producers, get off on is, the trigger. Because not a lot of fun things happen this season. This whole show is very exploitative. Very. What else will happen in this reunion, child? Jacqueline. I don't know, but something is telling me that Jacqueline and Mia have a plot set up. And you don't know how far people will go. Mia likes to lie. As we see, Mia will lie about anything. Mia want to be on this show. I feel like Mia and Jacqueline concocted a scheme to gain attention on this show. I really do. As I was watching her segment and watching the preview for the next episode, something was just I don't know, something isn't right. Something is a little gutter butt about this. It's giving me, we wanted to be on the show so we concocted a plan and a storyline and we're going to stick to it. That's exactly what this is given. Granted, this is just my assumption, and this is a plan that popped up in my mind. I mean, you can easily say, well, I mean, with all the financial troubles and legal troubles, why would anybody want to do that? But you never know what people's true motives for doing things are. What we do know is those kind of issues would help me stay on the show. Her finances being bad and the people at the company speaking out about them and her beefing with her best friend who's exposing her, that kind of stuff would keep you on the show. That kind of stuff would, gain interest with the viewers. So, I don't know. That's just a thought. But it's definitely in the realm of possibility. Because I like Jacqueline, she's chill. But we don't know Jacqueline. I believe Jacqueline wants to get on the show. She's at the reunion. So, and I honestly believe if they offered her a spot on the show, she would take it. Which could play into her hand, right? I don't know. Besides the speech on colorism, Karen was mute. And I want to bring attention to this because we need to see that Karen doesn't have a lot going on. Karen wasn't a part of a lot of the story this season. Karen's story, honestly, because this season was like broken into two halves. It was the Gizelle, Chris Candace saga that led to the whole Miami incident. And then afterward, it was just the OGs trying to gang up on Karen. Had the OGs not ganged up on Karen, she wouldn't have a storyline. And even before that, when they were bringing Charisse around, Karen was leaving early. Now, Karen, do not let these girls run you up off this show. Because if they continue to bring people around who you don't like, and you keep leaving, the next question is going to be, what purpose do we have for Karen to be on the show? Why do we need her? Yes, she's the grand dame, but if you're not creating any moments, if you're not giving no good content, why do we need you? They gave her a spinoff. I think it was 1 or 2 episodes. I don't think it did that well. So I don't really see the possibility of her getting a spinoff. Unless it was like based around her variety show. But it's like, Karen, you could have swapped seats with Candace because Candace has been given first seat behavior. Candace is who should have been in that spot. But I'm paying attention to Karen because, sweetheart, if you don't get your act together, you might be looking for work.